Aloha! Welcome to Flow Dynamics, and in this video I actually want to talk a bit more spontaneously about what might be important right now, what is perhaps important to address, to notice, to change right now. So I want to admit I'm struggling on some of my days to motivate myself to view every moment with fresh eyes, to have an appreciation and knowing what I'm doing, to generate excitement within all my mundane actions, to not be frustrated with all the repetition and all the familiarity or the boringness, so to speak. So while while I have created some videos that are precisely about this, about spontaneous flow movement, and like just seeing how I can have fun in the moment. I also want to say that I believe this will look differently for everyone, and we all are, of course, unique individuals. But sometimes, sometimes it just takes noticing, a recognition of what is happening, what is new, what are we telling to ourselves. So I want to state that we are currently in an era or a period globally where we evaluate rules and all the limitations that in the past we have set for ourselves, and now we create our own rules and really experiment much more. And everyone who doesn't do that so consciously, well, I encourage you to just do it, to have fun with your reality, to not just take things for what we have been taught that they are or what we can do with them, but to use our imagination, our creativity, all our senses differently also with all of our environment. And I don't just mean natural things or, well, what we currently view, but literally our possibilities are currently exploding. So there is no telling for me what somebody else may do or may not do. So for instance, I currently do some networking with trees where I tap into past let's say past time frameworks before or during, for instance, the dinosaur age, how our earth was shaped. And there's all this information there, and it just sits there for somebody like me and others to be tapped. And I know somebody else might be interested in, for instance, patterns or sound or like something rather abstract, and that can be also connected to by remembering our presence in other areas of consciousness or other dimensions even. So there's a lot of really funky stuff going on, and of course all of the established fields like science, of course our main pillar in this society, or like whatever, basically all of them are also experiencing a rebirth, a refreshment of the fundamentals, how we apply them, how we really work around or play around those rules, what those rules enable us and what they don't. So this is quite important. So for instance, let me give you an example. When I stand here, I can use my inner senses, a type of moving energy or like generating vibrations to really receive a lot of data input from my environment. Like I can, well, I'm not an expert at this, but I know it's possible, and I've done it a bit here and there. I can move basically shockwaves through the ground and measure various densities, or just see what I can feel basically. And so it's not just my usual senses, but of course I've been also training myself a bit since last year or the year before that, to go into these new directions, to really explore what it is to be currently alive on this earth. And I want to encourage all of us, like, let's use our creativity. Like, there are no limitations. We all are at heart divine beings, superheroes, if you will. Or we can take all of this like a video game. And I know many young or small ones, whatever, are currently frustrated because they don't see the change in our systems that we all actually know at heart is needed currently, that we know is impending, that we will experience soon, and we all are players within that shift. So um, yeah, let me state, we can have so much fun, but it's also important to reevaluate what is fun to me, to you, in every moment. What might be exciting in one moment might not be replicated in another one, or it might be, well, not efficient or suitable to go for the same kind of fun, or try to relive something that was fun in the past. So that being said, there are a lot of wondrous explorations looming for all of us to just engage, to just see what we can actually do in this physical dimensions, um, and well, to not be limited by whatever was limiting of us in the past, like structures to earn a living, or diseases, um, stuff that just limited us physically in terms of transportation or borders, education, information, like all of that changes now, and much more. So it's not so dry as it perhaps sounds here from my mouth, and I have a dry mouth currently. But really, we can we can literally every day become younger again in terms of mindset, or how we perceive the world, how innocently we look at it, and we just ask ourselves, like, okay, what is currently of interest to me? What maybe have I not listened to within myself in quite a while? What may be the most fun that I can imagine right now to have to do, or to imagine further. I mean, we don't necessarily have to be always super present and focused on what we do now. Of course, we can also weave a new future for ourselves and together, that really has more capacity to to host us in our playfulness and in our exploration of what it means currently and in the century and ongoing, to be human, to be, well, these beings of consciousness that we I think, I'm pretty sure we are. So that being said, I'm Sila, and please, let's all have fun, and not stay at home all the time, except if that's a choice, of course. But yeah, I too will move something now, and much love. Aloha.